Kabari! So, Dr. Gary Sharpiro, please tell us why you're in San Francisco today.
Well, first I want to thank you for inviting me to be here. And I'm here because we want to raise some funds for a project that we're going to do this summer, which is our second Indonesian documentary. And this will be looking at the orangutans in Borneo, Kalimantan, with our ambassador Angelina Sonda, who we appointed as representing our group back in 2005. And since then we've done a documentary in Sumatra, looking at the orangutan situation there, as well as the ecotourism potential. So our role here is to provide engaging media to the Indonesian people so they appreciate the orangutan, understand some of its difficulties and plight, and what they can do as consumers or as tourists to draw attention and to support efforts to conserve the species.
Why do you think it is important for the locals, for the Indonesian, to be more aware of orangutan situation than, let's say, people from the West? I know it's equally important, but sometimes, the locals can do something, right?
That's exactly why.
That's why you're doing this documentary for the locals, because not that many documentary are out there for the Indonesian.
That's correct. Most of what you see have been translated from English to Indonesian. This will be shooting it in Indonesian. We'll also be doing an English version as well, but what we want to do is have a celebrity like Angelina, former Miss Indonesia, talking about these issues. That way we're sure to get a lot more attention when it's shown on television.
Right. So, last question. Tell us a little bit about ORI, Orangutan Republic Education Initiative, your organization, and also your background. What's your involvement with orangutan? Why you love orangutan so much?
Well, the Orangutan Republic Education Initiative was started in 2005, and actually end of 2004. After I had spent 18 years as the vice president of the Orangutan Foundation International. My concern when I was there was that we needed to really focus attention on education. Because what I've been noticing is that a lot of attention was directed at rehabilitating orangutans, which is very important, but not enough attention was given to educating the Indonesian people. And I always believe that if we could focus on that and really stay with it and work with a lot of groups, we could make an impact in changing attitudes of people, because ultimately that's what needs to happen. It's not enough that we put a Band-Aid on the sore, we have to cure the patient. And education is the key to the cure.
Why do you feel so involved with orangutan, close attached to orangutan?
Yes, well, I've been working with orangutans. This is my 35th year having involvement with orangutans. So it's well over half of my age. And it's something that affected me when I started working with an orangutan in the Fresno Zoo. But really, it became more of a passion when I went out to Indonesian Borneo and lived in the jungle for 2 years teaching sign language to the orangutans. And one young lady named Princess adopted me as her daddy. And when you become a father...
By a lady, he means an orangutan.
An orangutan.
A pretty orangutan lady.
She selected me, and she became my student. And for 2 years, almost 2 years, I taught her sign language. And now I'm thinking about what's her life going to be like in the future, and her children, if we don't do something to solve this problem.
Sign language, do you think from your experience teaching Princess or sign language, what do you, what's the conclusion, what's the apa sih kesimpulan? Conclusion, right? What's the conclusion of your research?
Well, the conclusion that I drew when I finished all the work on this was that orangutans are comparably intelligent as the chimpanzee and gorilla as far as signing is concerned. We now know orangutans are actually considered the most intelligent non-human animals. So it's not surprising they can do sign language. But more importantly, orangutans are able to combine the signs in new ways if they're motivated to do that. And we know that orangutans will ask for objects of interest or activities that they like. And so this is something if you're interested in a conversation with an orangutan, you better be prepared to bring some good food because they like to enjoy it with you.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Gary Sharpiro. This is Iska Silutonga for Kabari.